into him. I told him what to do, man.
He had to shine his head, yo. That's what happened.
I'm fucking
Did that
done.
yesterday.
I'm fucking done. I can't believe he just said that.
Now I gotta find out which one of y'all gonna toast my salad.
No, he didn't.
Don't play that. Don't play that.
Yo, you are so playing that. You are so playing that.
Please
No.
don't play that.
What I want you to do is, after I am done introducing everybody, you have to cue that soundbite. You have to cue that soundbite.
I can't believe he went My Way Production.
That was so fucking funny. All right.
He's
So-
going Felice Johnson on us.
All right, so let me start, and since I'm starting it
Felice
off,
is home, yo.
Oh, he got out of prison?
Yup.
all right, so 3, 2, 1. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the New Gaming Order podcast of October 8th, 2015. I am, I guess you can say, the architect or the operator. You don't see my face, I'm just a logo. Splash logo on the screen.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
But anywho,
You're still Rowan Kenshin for me, yo. You're still Rowan Kenshin to me.
Chris is stupid. Yo, he's like,
Yo.
I can't.
All right, without any further delay, let's introduce the panel that we have here today. So first, we'll introduce NGO Playboy
Oh, shoot!
78. What's going on, man?
Yo.
That's it.
Yo.
That's it.
We.
Okay.
But you want me to do a song and a dance? What?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
We want you to get up and dance.
I thought you was gonna be a
jig.
little bit more in detail with that, but
Do what he say. Do what he say. No, stop.
okay. So now next on the list is.
Oh lordy lord, he's desperate. Do what he say. Do what he say.
Oh,
So
all right,
next up is NGO Newt 1949. What's up?
Hello, everyone. Sorry for my outburst a second ago. I'm playing Forza 6 and I hit a wall and I'm upset. I'm streaming live right now, Thumb Thrasher Gaming on Twitch.tv. Thank you. It's good to be on another podcast. We're continue to grow and we're gonna continue to go, and I can't wait. So let's go. Ho-ho.
What kind of bar was that? Dropping bars. What's it?
Okay.
Yo, didn't you know he's
Mixtape
the
coming
DJ?
next year.
Dang, yo. All right, next up we have NGO on your knees. What's up? And your mic is not working.
All those sounds.
Your mic is not working. And your mic is
Holy shit.
Oh, the old school dude the old school voice, bro. That's what's up. All right, go
Yo,
ahead.
it's the glare from his head is messing up his
your mic is
yo.
still off.
Okay, that's intro enough.
Your mic is off. All right, while you fix your mic, we'll come back to you. While you fix your mic.
You say you gotta fix his bike.
Ay. Special guest free play mode, Demizzle for Rizzle. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Just want to give shouts to both the New Gaming Order fans and the Free Play Mode fans that are watching this today. And nobody answered the challenge for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 this week, so no video.
So how about I challenge you in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 first to 5?
I don't have Marvel vs. Capcom.
Then Killer Instinct first to 5.
We can do Killer Instinct first to 5.
Oh,
we can
shoot.
do that.
Oh,
but
shoot.
but the challenge, that's just our challenge, but the challenge game this week is going to be UFC on Xbox One. So if you have UFC out there, people, the Mizzle for Rizzo on Xbox Live, you might be featured on an episode of the Low Tier Battles as well, because I'm going to be doing that as my episode of the Low Tier Battles coming up.
Sweet.
And-
Like check 1 2 in my life,
And
You're
you
back.
go. Now NGO
Fantastic.
on your knees is back.
and you got that too, right?
Awesome.
Sounds
Yes.
Fantastic. All right.
Hand me that red
Yeah.
phone.
Good?
I'm just never mind. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I don't have too many new sound effects, but I'm sure I'll add some during the podcast, and we'll see what we come up with this week.
Sweet.
Alright, and lastly but not least, co-CEO and founder of the New Gaming Order, Mr. Alex Lexus. What's up?
Now I gotta find out which one of y'all gonna toast my salad.
Alex, you prefer gel-it or syrup?
No, that dude, yo. You know what?
He
What's up,
prefers
New Gaming
maple
Order?
syrup.
What?
Put it back on charge.
Wait a minute. That thing threw me the hell off. Wait a minute. All right, let me gather myself.
He's thinking about his answer. I think it's going.
No, shut up! Shut up! Anyway,
I think he leans towards syrup, yo.
No, I think it's chocolate sauce, so we can't tell the difference between the chocolate sauce and
you
whatever
guys
else.
are very
is in there.
detailed with this. Like, is there something I want to? You know what? Not on the air. Anyway, New Gamer Alert, what's up?
Talk about your feelings about tossing a salad. People want to know.
No, I want to talk about my intro. Shut up. Anyway, this is tonight. I'm not hosting. You know, I had to take a break because tomorrow,
Not boasting.
me, NGO Shinwar, and NGO Goken will be attending the New York Comic Con 2015.
Horse.
What? Unbelievable. But yeah, we're gonna be we're prepping for that. A lot of good content will be coming from there. Also, Jacob Javits Center via LexCorp will be offering free Wi-Fi, so we might be able to get footage and, you know, upload it on the fly. I'm trying to see if we can
Oh shoot!
use the Twitch app. And there's a camera I was trying to purchase that has Wi-Fi in it, where as I'm recording, I'm uploading to Twitch. But unfortunately, that fell through because of something that happened on the Parkway. But it's going to be a very interesting convention. A lot of, you know, gaming footage, and we're going to be at the Street Fighter panel. And a lot of good things are going to come out of that. There we go.
Yo, Alex, can I make a suggestion for your Comic-Con venture, man?
So,
No toss salad videos, man. Keep those to yourself.
Nelson, take the floor, man.
All
I
right.
can't.
So we're gonna do things slightly different today. We're basically gonna like narrow it down to 3 topics. 2 of them are just like off from like the top of our head, but based on like little pieces of information that has been accumulated, and 1 actual topic that Noob wants to talk about. So we'll do mine's first, then Noob's, then Mr. Lexus. So the first topic we want to go into is I read a recent article about people having.
Oh!
Okay, I don't know if the article had yelling in it, but recently there has been a lot of angry people on YouTube, on Twitch, viewers or, you know, partners of having female gamers being split up between actually becoming either a professional gamer or a regular streamer that they actually are trying to show the gameplay and actually get involved with their viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And probably some of you guys gonna hate me, but it's all right because this is, you know, it's a mature show. Then you have your whole Twitch cam girls that show nothing but cleavage or ass or do specific things when people donate to them.
I don't have a problem with that.
Now the topic.
The views expressed. Go ahead.
Now the topic that I want to get across the panel is: do you think this is the right source, or is it the right thing to do to attract, in a sense that you're a guy, of course, for female streamers to just outright sell their bodies for actual donations and actually get more viewership, tend to where a girl that might be just starting to come up, let's say she's playing Destiny and she's like legitimately a good Destiny player and she's trying to help the fans and do raids with them and stuff like that, compared to the other girl where she has Destiny in her title, but it's just mainly her in an entire full screen shot with a little ass tank top. Someone donates $100, she does 10 jumping jacks with fucking random dubstep music, and she just gets
This
paid.
Oh
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking
Damn, you getting kind of
Let me go first, man. Let me go first.
So,
Wait, Nelson wasn't done. Go ahead, Nelson.
So basically, it's mainly that, but it can also venture off into other things. So I will let one person like start off. We'll do it with Noob, and if anything else does spark up within the general topic, we'll talk about it further. So, what is your views upon all of this? Like, do you think it's like uprightly fair for people to get a step ahead of everyone and an easier way of convenience in their eyes compared to like the hardworking person such as, let's say for us, for an example, we're barely making 280 followers compared to the average female gamer that probably has over 100,000 followers. No, sorry, 2.5 million is the highest rated female Twitch streamer today.
I will say this. I don't know Twitch's policies on stuff like that.
Yeah, they're trying to change
But
that.
if they're listening and if they're catching wind of this, I think they need to monitor it, because I mean, you're borderline. You're basically softcore porn,
That's
doing
what's up.
stuff like
They're
that,
ready.
and that's not what, you know what I mean. That's not what Twitch is about. It's a misrepresentation of the brand, and you have people like we spoke about, the Sarkasian chick. You know, you're talking about guys. You need to talk about your own, you know, your females who are doing stuff like this. Now, I don't think it's right, because it takes away from the people who are legitimately trying to get into gaming. Like, there are people like we're all, you know, people who are truly gamers are trying to bring gaming to the forefront. Like, we would love to have our own channel back on TV like G4, and we would like more tournaments, and we want this to become a global thing, whereas, you know, more people can get paid from doing this, and more people can enjoy, you know, safe, wholesome entertainment in that light. So I think it taints it a lot when people do that. Shut up. It taints it a lot when people do that, because now, you know, you're giving female gamers a bad name, and it's like, oh, this is all people do when they game. Like, you know, you're bringing the wrong type of association with what we're trying to do. So I disagree with it. I mean, yeah, I like looking at chicks just like the next guy, but like for you to use this type of platform, I disagree with that.
Let me piggyback off of that.
Okay.
Real quick segue. I agree, because that is not porn. That's straight up prostitution right there. Because no, because you know it
That's
you
like
do not
webcamming, pretty much.
That's like those
Yeah.
cam girls. That's like just like those cam girls, and it is explicit in Twitch's terms of service that they do not condone, promote any of that crazy mess. It's just that Twitch is now it's so huge. It's hard for them to police it unless it's brought to their attention.
Or how about, like, they're benefiting from it, and they don't.
Yeah, and they are benefiting, because they get advertisement dollars from clicks. You know, they run commercials and all that. You know, all those donations, because you know, you donate to Twitch. You know, Twitch is getting a cut of that money somehow, some is or another. You know, with their Twitch donation app or whatever it's called. And
yeah, basically with their subscription-based thing, when you subscribe to like an actual user, they get a half of a profit, and the other half goes to the streamer at the monthly quota.
And, yeah, it also takes away from some great female gamers like, you know, Linksaria and Pocket, who I've known for years. You know, they are actually good as, you know, girl gamers. You know, and just in Pocket just got put on to the Hammer Squad, which is run by Tali, and so, you know, it's just, you know, but I'll go in her chat and I see all the comments, you know, they'd be like, yeah, show your tits, and I'm like, what kind of fuck shit is this?
Man.
It's just, you know.
Let me retort to that, because I'm gonna come off as a dog in this, but I don't see it as wrong. I really don't.
Now here's the thing though, you don't see it as wrong, but just as of I think last year, they enforced a policy because also, I don't know if you guys ever saw a streamer called Caleb Hart. He was a very famous Mega Man X2 streamer, and apparently he got banned for a short time period because he used to do this thing where he would wear no shirt because he was like a muscular dude, and he would play nothing but Mega Man. Now he has to wear a shirt.
Yeah,
but they're actually smarter than you actually think. They're using what they have in order to gain appeal. It may not be the most honest and direct way. Well, it may not be the most honest and hard-fought way to go about getting recognition for their gaming, but they're using what they have, and what they have are their assets, and their asset is their body. A lot of people may not like that, and people are like, oh, they're breaking the rules. It's porn. It's not porn. Like, they're flirting with breaking the rules, but they're not breaking the rules by remaining clothed, because if you read Twitch's terms of service, it says anybody using a webcam must be fully clothed. It does not state how fully clothed. It just says genitals and chest area must be clothed.
Right.
And-
but the
Alex,
thing
you're a
is,
dweeb.
And it's
Hold
like,
up, wait a minute.
He said.
but the thing is, I'm gonna fight that real quick. You said that it's an okay thing because they're using their own assets to be able to, gain whatever they want. But
Dude,
yet, and this is like I said, this is what I've read. I'm not like agreeing with anyone. I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible. There's a gay streamer that goes by the name of Sky. He streams League of Legends. What? And apparently he was using as an example, if he was to talk about male genitals and talking about penises and cursing and all that, he gets in trouble. But when a girl talks about titties and vagina and shows a tit, she's fine.
That's right.
yeah, but they're not.
What's the issue with that then?
Oh, yeah.
If a girl
They're
can do,
not-
how come a guy can't?
They're not.
There's a
They're not.
vicious
They're not
double
saying. They're not saying it in explicit language. They're, as I said, they're skirting. They're like flirting with the line here. And to be honest, they're just following the trend of appealing to baser instincts of the viewership. Look at wait, let me finish. Look what's on television right now. What are the most popular shows on television right now? Reality television. Why is reality television?
Empire.
And Empire.
Get Away with
Why are
Murder
those
scam.
why are those shows popular? Because they appeal to the baser instincts of human beings. People generally want to see things that are fucked up. People want to see things that are sexy. People want to see things that are provocative. And that's what these women on Twitch TV are doing. Yes, you may not agree with it, but
okay, now to take what you
Okay.
just said, you're saying people want to see those things, but Twitch is not a platform designed for that,
Thank
which is
you.
why we disagree
But
with
and
that.
Thank
also,
you.
It's not
It may-
designed for that.
it may
If
not
you
be.
want to go
but-
out there and show your titties and play video games, there's plenty of websites where
the
you can
problem
go
is.
on and do that
Yeah.
that have a target audience. And to be real with you, you'll probably make a hell of a lot more money
No, but
because
Newt,
those guys are looking for that on those websites.
Consider
Also-
this: these women out here don't want to cross the line into nudity because these women see themselves as wanting to have some kind of
I think
maybe
they'll do it.
professional career going forward. And everything on the internet is like, oh, you posed on the nude site. We can't
Well,
hire
even if you
you.
don't
Look what
post
happened
nude,
to that-
if I'm hiring you and I see that you've been on Twitch and you're gonna play a game in abroad because someone donates $10, that says a hell of a lot about you.
No, but
that,
it-
You know,
it also
and you
does-
mean to tell
no.
me that same chick wouldn't take that bra off if someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna donate
But I
150"?
can
they would.
I can flip it around on you saying you're discriminating against that person because they choose to play video games and what's comfortable to them and what's comfortable to them is bra and panties and they just happen to be on video cameras.
Well, when
They're
you
not-
do,
No,
when
that-
you
that's
do
not
that
true.
based off
That's
of
not
when you
true.
do it based off of what someone's giving you, that's not discrimination.
But hold up. Well, then okay, if that's the case, and using your logic, then why did the muscle streamer boy get banned? Because he took off his shirt.
broke
No.
the terms of service.
No, come
Nudity.
on, get the no, come on.
Nah, but that's
No.
nonsense though.
A man with his shirt off is not nudity.
That's
Okay.
still
If
against
if
the
he would
term.
have took off his shorts and showed his man parts, okay, yeah. But
Dude, that's
shirtless
still
man-
against the term.
Anatomy is different. Like
that is-
it's-
no.
So it's like
You're trying to
yeah,
claim
fine.
you're trying to claim double standard when they're not
it's
doing a double standard.
It is a
If
double
the-
standard.
The thing is,
Dude, Playboy, if you took your shirt off right now, they would probably shut down this stream because in the terms of service,
hold on. All right, go ahead.
But
No,
but in
they-
this, go ahead.
Alex got
they
excited when you said that.
It specifically says in the Twitch term of service that your chest area and your genitals must remain clothed. So it doesn't say it doesn't differentiate between male and female. It's just nudity is nudity. And for newbies like, oh, this isn't the target audience. Come on, really? Video game target audience is 16 to 42-year-old horny ass men.
No, what I'm saying is Twitch
you-
isn't.
what you
That's
trying to
not
say
what
about
Twitch
me,
is
Dave?
designed
No.
for.
Hold on.
Like,
one
if I
person.
want to look at a woman that's half naked, I'm not gonna go on Twitch. Like, I'm gonna go somewhere where there is a format for that. That's what I'm saying is Twitch is not a format for that. Like, that's not the purpose of Twitch. The Twitch is for the gaming community, not
Dude,
let
but-
me look at these boobs.
But the fact that these women have so many subscribers shows that there is an audience for that.
It
Yeah, and
No,
there's
but
websites
it's the
that have a
wrong-
platform
but
for that.
see,
That's
hold
my
on.
point.
Hold on.
I think what he's trying to say is there should be segregation for
I
that.
don't think there should be.
But
There already is.
but you
There's
see,
websites where you can do that. Twitch
yeah,
is just
this-
not designed for that.
But you know what? Just to jump in real quick with that, it's almost as they already know what these men want. I'll be honest with you. In my biking world, they have bikini bike washes and all that stuff. You think they're really over there to get their bike washed? They just want to see the pretty girls washing their stuff, taking video. I'm guilty of this. Okay, so with that. So what? It's all over my Facebook. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
So
Move on.
with
move
that,
on.
with that, it's like, okay, you know what they're coming after, and they're capitalizing on that. They're smart, like Demizzle said. They're smarter than people give them credit for, and to actually give merit to what Noop is saying. Yes, let's say they stop doing Twitch and they go on to a corporate job or whatnot, and people nowadays, employers nowadays, are looking at Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, Tumblr, whatever, and they're actually looking at what you do. And it's not fair, but they will discriminate. Or hey, you know what, you took $100 just to flash boob or whatnot. Who's to say they don't set themselves up for an issue in that corporate world where somebody tried to get like a bribe, hey, flash me a boob, I'll get you a promotion. Don't put yourself out there if you don't want to, you know what I mean? They got things.
Yeah, but that's again flirting with that line between what is they deem not crossing that line into actual porn, because porn to a lot
What's
of
up,
people
Mike?
is appearing on camera naked. That's porn to a lot of people.
I said softcore.
Softcore porn is still nudity.
There's a partial nudity as well.
But
I don't want to veer off from what the original topic was. It's more or less like if you look at, let's say there's another female gamer or who's streaming that doesn't have to do all that, but she won't get the same views as someone else because they're willing to, be suggestive with their appearance on camera. You know what I mean? It's not fair to those who are trying to do it, like, I guess, straight edge, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's just they're capitalizing something.
I wouldn't even say it's not fair. It's just that they're adhering to their own sense of morals, while this other group of women have a looser set of morals that they're doing things. They're doing things that they don't see as crossing the line, whereas this other set of people are like, I don't need to do that in order to gain views. It's just like the same thing in the corporate world. Woman wearing a regular 3-piece suit is not more likely to get noticed than a woman wearing a skirt with a tight-fitting shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the facts of life. Is it right? No, but that's just the way of the world right now.
Now,
Because
let me throw something in here. What do you think Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn would have to say about these girls, these females who are doing this?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, you know where I'm going with this, right? Those two are fighting this white knight fight for, gender equality in gaming or whatever. I don't even.
They would say those scantily clad women have internalized misogyny, is what they would say.
No, that's oversimplifying it right there. Because if you read any of Anna Sarkeesian's articles, anything that she's written about, she goes into detail about why
Yeah, I think I already know where you're going with it, and we don't want it to turn into this monstrous topic because it could be like an hour or so.
Let me start saying a couple of notes here and there. First off, shout out to Michael Hurdle who's in the chat right now.
What you got in your crib?
So,
Late night with Akuma.
What's up with Mr. Hurdle? Also, with Dave, let me explain something to you. When a girl, as you say, that she has, whether if she's smart enough to do the borderline between going overboard with the partial nudity and catering to her fan base to actually get what she wants out of her gain. The whole basis of Twitch within the policy lines, you have to show gameplay. And the thing is, half of these girls that are out there do not show gameplay, but yet they're still allowed to be on. Now the reason is, as what Playboy said,
Report them.
there's just so many people on the Twitch community. We're talking about in the millions, that there's not enough people out there to police all this like bullshit that's going on. Like, I saw this YouTube video the other day, right? This girl said apparently she was playing League of Legends. All that it was just her in her room with a fucking green screen with like some little like cutesy anime characters bouncing the fuck around. She's a Caucasian female, probably in like 28, 29, with glasses, acting like fake nerdy and shit. And she has humongous boobs.
That's hot.
And every time, whether if it's a $1 donation or a
I know who you're talking about. Yes, I know exactly.
or a $50 donation, she will just do things that the chat inquires behind the donation. So let's say she got $5, and then behind that it would say, oh, do 15 jumping jacks. The next one would be a $1,000 donation, and it would just be flaunt your breasts at the screen. That's not gaming. That's going against Twitch policies, and that's unfair.
Webcam. That's webcam.
And
They have sites for that.
Right,
like
and it's
saying.
unfair to, like I said, to the regular female gamers or just gamers in general that try so hard to get partnerships, subscribers, but yet they get that shit in an hour, bro, just for fucking be like, oh, here's my left titty. 10,000
And then,
followers.
like, if you look at you look at the
Titties.
way the world is and how everything is trendy, if enough of that starts happening, Twitch's reputation will be damaged. Yeah, they'll profit from it, but then you being known for gaming starts to go out the window eventually. I mean, that's an extreme, scenario, but it affects you. It's like, yo, what do y'all, so when Twitch comes to another company and says, hey, we want to put our app on your console, the Xbox 2 or the PS5, well, I don't know. Last year, y'all had this scandal where y'all had a bunch of people showing titties. I don't think we want to market that with our product. So, I mean,
what's the problem?
But look at it like this. Nelson knew. It's like, okay, the woman, Twitch's terms like you gotta show gaming. It doesn't say how much gaming you have to show. It just has to show gaming.
No, it says you have to show gaming at all times.
He has to be my lawyer.
Also, I can bring up another perspective.
It doesn't say how much gaming has to be on the screen while you are on the screen.
I can bring another perspective up. There was another female streamer. She was streaming Outlast when it first came out. She literally said, I will be right back, had nothing but her camera showing, and instantly got fucking banned. Why? Because you're sitting there idly not showing gameplay when you supposedly said that you are. Even if it's just like, how much is 5 minutes worth of gameplay? That's not enough. The channel has to continuously show gameplay as it's running on the channel.
Yeah, bandwidth.
I've seen this woman's channel, and she has the green screen with the gaming playing in the background, and
not her.
Her in the foreground.
Not her. This girl was strictly on the Xbox One streaming Twitch app, and she had the Kinect capturing her on the bottom right corner. And Outlast supposedly was there, but then she took it off because she went on her PC.
No, not her. The other one with the big boobs. I've seen her channel. Like, people have brought it up in various news reports. Like, the Young Turks have brought it up. PewDiePie has brought it up. Rich from Review Tech has brought it up. She's been brought up by so many people. And I decided to take a look at it myself. And I've seen it. And as you said, gaming has to be shown at all times. She looked nice, but I don't go in for the fake tits. Other people do, but I don't.
Why not?
I don't know, man. They just don't look good to me. But that's another podcast for another day.
But
Oh my God.
We can't podcast on that.
we can't.
But yeah, back to the topic at hand.
She's
like
phony.
it says,
she's fake.
It says that gaming has to be shown, and I've watched the channel, and gaming is shown. She's just in the foreground of the green screen, taking up most of the picture. But gaming is shown. The terms of service doesn't say how much gaming has to be shown, or it just has to be shown. So you can make out whatever game is being played in the background while she does whatever, but gaming is shown. You may not like it, but she is using the rules to her advantage. Gaming is being shown.
What
Just
they need
not
to
as
do
much
is,
as you want
to kind of, I guess, same thing with like boxing. You got some people with a style that's just like ultra defensive, and it fucks things up with excitement.
Just say Floyd Mayweather, man. We know who you're talking about.
But you know what? With that, it's like, you know what? They got to look at reform. You know what I mean? Same thing with Twitch. They probably have to update their TOS so that some of this stuff can be policed up a little bit. But like me and Playboy were saying, they're benefiting from this. They'll say like, hey, you know what? Yeah, this is wrong, this and that, and behind closed doors, like, hey, take this $100. Shut up. Oh yeah, we're gonna try and fix it, and that's what's happening, and it's just gonna keep happening like this until, certain people complain enough where it will force them to change their policies. But I don't see that happening because, again, sex sells, controversy sells, world star hip hop, all this other nonsense. That's what people want to see.
Yeah, they're appealing to the base.
How much you gonna bet they're gonna be a world star hip hop app on the PS4, Xbox, and cell phones?
I doubt that it'll be on Xbox One and PS4, but there's a world star hip hop app on.
But like my
I was just
point
playing
is,
too.
I don't like when
hold
someone
on.
takes. My overall point is, and then I guess we can get off this. I don't like when people take something that was formatted for a specific purpose and try to twist it. You know what I mean? Because then it ruins it for the other people who are legitimately into it, and it makes it twice as hard. Like that's like the Mizzle, like you and your UFC videos. Like they're popular. I like watching them, but that would suck. And there's a chick who cared nothing about the UFC, but she did the same thing you were doing, but she just did it in the bra and panties just to get donations or whatever. Like, you can't tell me that wouldn't piss you off because she's not passionate about it and she's just using it to quote-unquote get by. That's hurting you.
It would
stopping you.
I would be miffed, but I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd be like, good for her.
You would not. No.
But if it were
exactly.
No, here's the thing. If it would mess up your flow, so to speak. She's this
like
a female come out.
I'm not mad. I would not get mad at her because she legitimately got one up on me. She didn't do it in underhanded, conniving way. She just used her resource. She's using the resources and the rules to her advantage. She's not going against the rules. She's just using them to her advantage, and I can't be mad at that.
All right, hold on. To see certain talks, like I will say my points, and I'm gonna let On Your Knees talk because he hasn't spoke about this at all. I would like in the future if we would have had a Twitch administrator in this call, that would have been fucking awesome. So we can actually like debate about this to an actual person who needs to hear this shit. Yeah. But in my opinion, in the future, Twitch should have at least 1 or 2 people policing everyone's fucking chat. So you can actually
that would be impossible.
No, and it's not impossible because you can just hire local people within the local area to actually do this shit. You know how many jobs that will open up for fucking people that could just sit at home and just do that all day? You kidding me? Trust me, that shit will work. That'd be a great job. That shit will work. But enough about that. On Your Knees, I haven't heard anything of what you had to say about this topic.
Yeah, I kept getting trampled. You did touch upon the terms of service. Where they changed it it was last year, right?
I believe so. It was last year, or they did it before that.
Because they were trying to stomp down just on what we're talking about, scandal crime, women with their tits hanging out and all that. Yeah. Because they're trying to go for they're trying to be more family friendly because they are going mainstream, so they want to pass that image along. They make money along the way, so be it. But they have an image to uphold, so are try to maintain and create for themselves. Mm-hmm. So that's why they did that. They also banned men from wearing topless shirts because they didn't want to appear sexist by discriminating against women.
Yeah.
So that's why men can't be shirtless either. Now, regarding the rest of it, I actually agree with Dave. They're just using what they have to their advantage, and I see no problem with it. That's just the way it is. It sucks that real gamers are being upstaged by these other people who are just showing off their assets when there's plenty of it on the internet. I mean, it doesn't appeal to me. There's plenty of porn sites out there, and other for in-person meet, so to speak. But there's other shit out there for if you're looking to see naked women. There's out there for you. You don't need to get it off from a gaming thing. I don't know what these people are doing, but they're just trying to feel better about themselves by it's not porn. It's not porn.
But they're playing the line though.
Just to throw one thing out there, Nelson. Right now, there are 35,000 people streaming on Twitch. And it can get as upwards as 400,000 people streaming on Twitch at one time. Do you honestly think that Twitch TV is going to hire over 1.5 million people broadcast on Twitch per month? Do you really think Twitch TV is going to hire 1.5 million moderators to just sit in people's rooms? Really?
But the thing is, it's not that hard to police, Dave. Like, I'm telling you, like, that the theory of what I mentioned is it can actually be reality because there's certain programs like, oh my god, what the fuck was that shit called? There's Ventrilo, I believe it was, which you use for like World of Warcraft and shit like that. That's policed. I don't know if you guys understand that, but when you go into each chat, there's a instant bot or a real user moderating every single channel. If you step over the fucking line by any means, you're done.
But here's the thing with Ventrilo. Didn't that the Balls of Steel Duke Nukem thing?
Balls.
Like that was on Ventrilo.
Right. I understand that, but what I'm talking about, like, as of you picking a server or a group in order for you to be able to talk among whoever you are speaking to, you can freely do that. But some of the Ventrilo stuff is embedded into the games now, especially on PC. And if you do step out of line, let's say if you're streaming, they're going to find your IP address, find out what the hell you're streaming of what source that you're displaying on their program, and they're going to be like, yo, this is not cool. Like, you got to stop or you're getting done.
That's what
blow it out your
ass.
You know, but
Chris, you got to get those, man.
Balls of steel.
But I guess to end this topic, does anyone else have any final sayings on this based on the fact that it's a yes and no kind of thing for the panel? As I see, it's not a straight yes, it's not a straight no.
I have one thing I gotta say.
One person. Go ahead.
I got one thing I want to say. Okay.
Go ahead.
Now I gotta find out which one of y'all gonna toast my salad.
And it's not me.
Well,
me.
The last thing I'm gonna say is as far as the Mizzle and on your knees, I see what y'all mean. Yeah, I mean technically, since I'm not breaking the rules, I can do it. But the reason I don't like that, and the reason I think we should follow the rules, is because eventually that leads to over policing and more restrictions. Because what people end up saying is, all right, you know what? Since you want to be slick, let's eliminate these 15 things now. It's whack for everybody. Like, even the people who are not doing it, you ruin it for. It's like, you ruin it for everybody. So I mean, the thing is, if you look good and you got a nice pair, go to a site that's for that. You'll make more money. Again, you'll make more money doing it on a legitimate site like that, because there's freaks out there who love that, and they'll give you more money. But don't take, a legitimate platform, that, kids have access to it. Like, they can download the app on their Xbox, and look at you. Like, think about how you're putting yourself out there. Use a platform for what it's designed for, and stop hurting the community. Like, gamers already have enough of a bad rep, and companies are already struggling to give us the content that we love to see and want to see. So just don't make it even harder than it already is.
That is very true. Anyone else?
Got one last thing to say, and this goes out to the women out there doing it on the straight and narrow. I commend you for your efforts, your persistence on wanting to make it without showing your body and compromising your morals. But let's be real, you're losing. You got to come up with some kind of way. You got to come up with some kind of way to grab people's attention, because there's millions of guy gamers out there doing the exact same thing, more than likely better than you, and you're a woman out here like trying to swim and to see a sharks, and you're not doing a very good job, ladies. You got to come up with some kind of gimmick to catch people's eye. If it's not going to be your body, you got to find something.
But the thing is, they gotta resort to using their body because they feel like anything else will not be like acceptable in that sense. That's the reason why this topic has been brought up, because there's a lot of people out there that's just failed to get where they need to get to on Twitch. Twitch is not like they're gonna accept you in like a snap of a finger. It's hard for even us as a streamer and a journalist to even get on. We've been on for more than 6-7+ years on Twitch
combined.
Shout out to my homegirl Nina Cupcakes, who streams with fully clothed. Shout out to you, Nina Cupcakes. Went to high school with her.
We've been doing this for many years, and we're not getting anything from it. But I guarantee, if we was to become the stereotype and become nothing but ignorance and cooning and shit like that, I guarantee we'll get followers. But that's not what we do. That's not what we promote. So I don't want to fall.
No, he's desperate. Do what he says.
Again, it's all about.
I don't want to fall into the category where I'm taking the easy way out. Look, if they're marketing themselves, let them fucking go ahead and do it. But if they get in trouble, I'll be very happy that they're off of a community that's actually trying to show gaming content. Alex, you have anything to say before we actually shut this out so we can move on to
to kind of round out real quick. I see everybody's point. Everybody is right on a certain degree. You know, if you have the means to progress and do well, all for it. Morally, some of the stuff is like kind of messed up because you got some people trying to do things, in a unwritten rule type of way of going the straight edge, right? So again, Chris, the on your knees and the Miz all right. Nope. NYC Playboy, all right. Me, I'm kind of indifferent, but I do see, like, me and Nelson being the executors of this company, we've been struggling to get what those people can do in like a day or two. Now,
stop whining.
Yeah, but with that, and Playboy is always on my Facebook making jokes and stuff, but I'm fit. I can sit there and exploit that. You know what I mean? But I choose not to. It's just, I hold myself.
Make that money, boy. Quit playing.
Yeah, well, but but the thing,
just stupid.
But with that, it's like, you know what? It's my moral code. You know what I mean? And the Mizzo, everybody hit the points perfectly. So it's just, are we gonna fix it? Probably not. But it's something that Nelson did an excellent job bringing this topic to the forefront, and I want to thank everybody on this panel. This is probably one of the best podcasts we've done to date. Because
you said that last week.
No. We actually this topped it because it was engaging. Talking to the folks in the chat and whatnot. It's just
engaged. What?
Shut up. Oh. But you know what? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want gaming. It's already bad enough that you got the shootings like that. Matt, what's his name, was talking about, hey, ban video games because of what happened with the recent shooting. We don't want anything to happen where we don't want too many people, like the government and all this negative publicity with gaming, to become an issue. You know what I mean? So let's not give them a reason to find something to complain about. And that's what I'm worried, where these folks are doing these things that are not against the rules, so to speak, as the Mizzo put out, but somebody in a place of power and importance who has long-reaching influence may cause a problem for our way of gaming. So exactly. That's all I got to say. Everybody's right, and it's also interesting to see how polar the panel was, because you had some folks who are for and against it. But that's the magic of this show, So Nelson, thumbs up to you for bringing this one up.
Bullshit.
Dag.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Dag.
Yo, On Your Knees deserves a raise, yo. That brother, he's on it. Timing down.
Oh man.
All right.
Discipline.
Also,
yeah.
Black Dragon 79 said, you need to coon. I'm the only who watch y'all. Really? Wow.
Yes, the boss. We going coon.
Black Dragon.
Hey.
Oh, unbelievable. By the way, shout out to All Gamers R2. I posted the link, and that's probably how he found us tonight. But he's an avid watcher of our product, so shout out to him. Eventually, we'll probably have him on as a guest. So Nelson, that's just.
I don't like him. Nah.
What? You know what, Black Dragon? I'm sorry.
Anywho, thank you guys for watching the first segment on the live stream of Twitch. For you YouTube guys, please like, rate, and subscribe. And also, again, we're encouraging you guys to do video responses and retaliation of what you have seen if you guys actually taken the time to watch our stuff. And, comment on it, whether if it's you agree with certain people in the panel, you disagree overall. Let us know. We want to see this. Like, we want to actually display the content on the next week's show, so we can actually, respond back to you guys instead of just having, people in the chat only getting, the full experience.
Yep.
So, with that being said, we're going to cut to a short 2-minute intermission. We're going to break off into talking about Nuke 1949 segment. Then after his will be Mr. Alex Flexus, and then we'll be
What?
done.
That's not my name. That's not.
Yeah, that's a good one, Nelson. I like that.
That's not my name.
So with that being said, we'll be right back.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Full Screen. Thank you guys for the extra subscribers. We are doing really well. Thumbs up.
What?
Even though that didn't make it to the local recording, but...
Hey, director's cut, man.
Yeah.
Director's cut.
Alright, so Noob, get ready for your segment. We're going to just cut right into it. So you're going to start off and lead with everything. This will be your topic to host. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Dr. Barrington Jones.
And
No, I'm just kidding. Alright, this is Noob. Shut up. It's Noob 1949. I caught a week ago just about some news that Microsoft purchased Havok, which is a physics software company that produces the physics for games such as Call of Duty, Destiny, and a few other titles. And when I posted it, I put backdoor money on there because I think about the console wars and things like the format wars, and I just wonder what you guys think of how that will impact gaming as a whole. When you start looking at companies, you know, they push hardware, they push software. Now Microsoft seemingly is going to start buying companies that have an integral hand on this. So do you think that means more money for them? Because I mean, let's say they buy Havok, and Havok does the physics for, you know, a PC game that might not even come to Xbox, or a game that might be PS4 exclusive. I'm assuming that means Microsoft is getting a little something, because hey, we own that company. You know, you hired this company for this service. You know, so now, you know, we getting a little bit of piece of that pie. Do you think that's a strategic thing? Do you think that's something strategically that a company should do moving forward? Acquiring the people who basically develop the games. That way, no matter what their personal sales look like, they're getting a piece of it. Or do you think it's something that's relatively insignificant?
You mind if I jump in?
I was gonna. I just. Damn it! Go ahead.
It's inconsequential. There are so many middlewares out there. You got the Unreal Engine, you got the Cry Engine, you've got Havok. You've got so many middleware engines out there that Microsoft purchasing the Havok engine is inconsequential. All it means for them is that they'll just have an easier time developing their own games. Like, so many companies out there own small pieces of other companies that produce things, and they see a small chunk of the profits that this is a non-story almost, because, alright, take for instance Destiny. Microsoft still owns 30% of Bungie, so doesn't matter how well Destiny does on PlayStation 4, they're still eating off of that.
That's the same thing with Windows. Windows is in every, almost like 92% of the computers that are out there. So Microsoft is still eating. You got Sony that's now still eating with the Blu-ray, because the Blu-ray is it's the standard format.
Sony's eating off of Microsoft because Sony owns the main patent for Blu-ray.
That brings me back to the point. That's what I'm bringing up. But go ahead.
It's just a normal thing that happens in business.
More so now than back in
even back in the day. It's just a normal thing.
All right, go ahead and go ahead.
Like for instance, Twitch is owned by Amazon. They bought Twitch in 2014 for $1 billion. So
what the heck? That's a lot.
Wow. And it is as of December 2013, there was only 100 employees at Twitch in San Francisco. So, you know, go figure.
Damn, they're making money.
But to prove your point, there are other middlemen out there. CryEngine, let's see, Unreal. You know, even the indie companies. You know, even now HTML5. You can design stuff in HTML5. You know, for like your browser-based games or what have you. You know, since Flash is now defunct now. So you know, So your Havok is only one piece of the pie. I noticed that a lot of games that I play, I know a lot of games that I play on Steam that are like, you know, that can use, you know, the Xbox controller. They're made by the engine is made by Havok. You know. So look at like the new Warhammer coming out, the new Overlord that's coming out, all your action adventure games, you know, Yeah, but it's not going to change the landscape of gaming as we know it.
It's just that the companies are firmly embedding their survival going forward. In case something else should falter, they still have some sort of lifeline to keep going. You know, like enemies, like, you know, Microsoft is eating off of Sony, Sony's eating off of Microsoft. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, say what you will, it seems like for those who are just consumers of computer products, gaming products, and whatnot, they don't understand what's happening behind the scenes because we on this product look beyond that. So it's just to a lot of people, the missile might have a point to some people who don't look at E3s, who don't look at, you know, tech conferences. They won't know what's going on, you know, unless
Nelson,
something significant happens.
Nelson, do you have something you want to say on this topic?
More or less, like, a lot of these companies are just trying to have their insured money in, you know, in their bank account, whether if it's Microsoft buying certain things like what was the article, Destiny, Call of Duty, and something else, like they own like the rights or the actual company in full. The Microsoft is trying to find a way, and this is completely my opinion, they're trying to find a way to win this stupid little console war that keeps being brought up time and time and time again. And this will lead into Alex's topic, but I won't go too much into it, where you have Sony right now leading in sales and Microsoft is trying to play catch up in one way or another, or trying to use it as something to fall back on, as what Alex mentioned, just in case if things don't work out or play out in their way.
Can I read this for you real quick?
Yeah.
Just give you a brief education about Havok. Their platforms. Version 1.0 of the Havok SDK was unveiled at GDC in 2000. The current release, Havok version 2011.2, was released in September 2011. And this is where it gets interesting at. It is known to work on Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360, Nintendo's GameCube, Wii, Sony's PlayStation 2, 3, and PSP, Linux, and Mac OS. Licensees, that's the key word right there. Licensees are given access to most of the C++ source code, giving them the freedom to customize the engine's features. And also, in March 2011, Havok showed off a version of their Havok physics engine designed for use with the Sony Xperia Play, and more specifically with Android. You know, so yeah, so it's everyone's in bed with each other. Everyone is in bed with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this goes to show you that, you know, just giving that, yeah.
It's not really a competition when you think about it. Like, on the surface, like, what people see, like, the average gamer and the average consumer, like, oh, Microsoft's in competition with Sony. Sony's trying to put Microsoft out of business. Nintendo's trying, like, they're, like, behind the scenes, they're shaking hands and like, hey, man, you wanna license this Havok from us? Like, we do
Money
Windows,
talks, man. Money
we do
talks.
Windows.
Yeah.
You guys got a Blu-ray. Let's make a deal here. That they're not in direct. They're not. They may be seeming like they're in direct competition with each other on the surface, but behind the scenes, it's not really like that. They're just out to make each other money, and they make money off of each other, and they make money off of other people.
But
that's the way it works.
Can I comment on that real quick, and then I'll end my turn.
And then on your knees to go next.
Okay.
After you, Nelson.
You say that, but how are these companies actually going to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, you know, give you guys a underclap under the table, like, yeah, man, you're doing so well when you're selling your game. Now, Alex might actually be happy that I'm actually going to say this now. Within the sense that people on a budget that can only buy one console. So you're really telling me to believe that since all these companies are embedded with each other and that they're not fighting an actual visual competition like how Sony is winning and Microsoft is behind and then Nintendo. So you want all of us to buy their shit knowing that we are not physically able to do that so they can all make a profit and win? To me,
and that's why third-party
bullshit.
exclusives have become an issue, because it's like, you know, if, hey, I'll get this, you get that, you get this, and if they really want to play, they'll buy all our systems. That's fucked up.
Like,
bad.
all right,
That's
No,
look
but
at
what
man.
I'm trying to say is that if Sony is actually winning the console like war and like the
in terms of sales, right
and
now.
in terms of sales, they're gonna only want you to buy Sony stuff. So then, basically,
Exactly.
what Dave is trying to say is that no, they're not doing that. We are gonna have to buy X, Y, and fucking Z in order for us to fully, be embedded
No,
with each other.
I'm
and actually all
I'm
make
not
this
saying
profit.
that. I'm saying that they're behind the scenes. They're all eating off of each other to the point where it's not like they're actively trying to put each other out of business or make sure that one totally goes away. I mean, let's
But
take
it's hurting the consumer is like also what I'm trying to say. It's hurting us that we're wasting all this money on a product that they're all sharing together, and we can't even like really get a full glimpse of it because again, we have certain people who only have one console, and we have special, I wouldn't say special, but certain people like me and Alex and a few other individuals that have like multiple consoles. So it really won't hurt us in that sense. But let's say my cousin who only has a fucking Wii U, he can't experience games on the Xbox One or the PS4, not even like too much on PC for that fucking matter. So the consumers are really getting like, oh, here you guys, slap in the fucking face, deal with it, spend your money.
Nelson, you said what I've been saying for the longest. For the longest, it's like they gotta understand the market, and with the economy somewhat in recovery, it can't.
Left what?
It's rough
What
because
phone?
it's like not everybody can afford all of that.
Which one?
Luckily,
The one I
I
gave
have
you?
military income. I
call
have 2 civilian pieces of income. I can do that, but not everybody can. And if these companies, well, I guess in terms of software developers, really want to like see some sort of surge, hey, make something for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Now we're in that era where these exclusives and whatever are going to make it where you're gonna have to buy all the consoles if you want to play and have access to those franchises that we all used to have on one console when we had the choice. Things have changed, man.
All right, on your knees. You have anything to say on the topic?
Not really. It's just the nature of the beast. I worked in an industry where companies would buy each other up all the damn time, so this is nothing for me. They all want to get their piece. They all want to increase their profits. There's nothing wrong with that at this point.
Okay.
And if their shit becomes an inferior product, people stop buying it, and someone else will spring up in their place.
You want to know the what is perceived to be a big secret, but is not in the tech industry? Microsoft actually owns a piece of Apple because without Bill Gates, the iPod would not exist because Apple was almost bankrupt at that time. So people are like, well, why did Microsoft put the Zune out? Well, they wanted their own branded MP3 player, but Microsoft is eating off of every iPod sold.
I did not know that.
This dates back to the Internet Explorer bundling into Windows days. Yeah, because back in the late '90s, Apple was literally, look, we only have $2 to our name, and Bill Gates gave
Steve Jobs
a personal loan out of his money
because they're good friends.
They're good friends, and yeah, absolutely. I remember this. I'm glad that there's someone old enough in here who remembers that as well, because a lot of people don't even know that history. They just think Apple was this Uber company for the past 20, 30 years, whatever. That no, Apple was down on its luck.
Yeah, like Steve Jobs was gone from the company. They just brought him back, and he wanted to develop the iMac and the iPod, and they really did not have the funds to do it. And Bill Gates, being a friend of Steve Jobs, wrote him a personal loan. It's like, look, hey, I'm going to give you this money, but in return, I want a stake. I want a share. It's not a big share, but it's enough for me to eat off of whatever you make. Even though I may put out my own version of it, I'm still going to make money off of your version, no matter, regardless of how successful or unsuccessful it isn't.
So, anyone else got anything else to say to close this out before I close it out?
No, just a koala face.
Shut up. So, in closing, you got...
Sorry, that was the wrong sound.
You have one. Thank you. So in
Shut
closing,
up.
you guys basically made the point that I was trying to make. You know, we all know that companies are in bed with each other, but you still have to be strategic about it. You know, the purpose of a majority of businesses is to make money. You know, and at the same time, I can be buddy with you all I want to, just like in hip hop. There's alliances and friendships, but you still want to be better than the person sitting next to you. And if that means, you know, let me make these strategic moves and buy up these 3 companies, yeah, I'm going to let everyone, you know, use it and share in, you know, on the benefits of this product. But I want to be on top in the end. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I'm getting that little slight edge of you. And, you know, like it's something that's been going on for ages, but who's to say that someone won't, you know, wise up one day and see, you know what? Let me find out who the pillar of this industry is, who the pillars of this industry are, and let me make sure that I get 60-70% of it. That way, I eat all the time. Yeah, we can share in on it, but you know, I'm gonna make sure that my plate has, you know, has that juicy T-bone on it, and y'all get this little, you know, this little chop steak. You know what I'm saying?
Stop being so descriptive. I hadn't had dinner yet.
Shut up. It's just something I think about when I think business-wise, man. Because I mean, it's a competition. It might not be the type of competition we think it is, but it is still a competition. Like, I want my stuff to sell more than you. I don't care. Like, there's no purpose in me putting it out if I'm not gonna be the best. So.
Well, you know what? To add to that, Phil Spencer was talking on and I know Demizzle saw this on Review Tech's channel, where Phil Spencer says, in his mind, he's not really in competition with Sony. He hopes we all make it. And it's like, well,
he does have a point because, like, even
we can do that on my portion because this segment will probably run on too long. But you know, it's just something to the effect where he doesn't feel they're in competition, but Sony doesn't seem to share the same sentiment where they're getting the exclusives and. Pretty much, like, you know, they're about to do a price drop. Actually, it's confirmed. You know, so going into the holiday season, it's gonna. I mean, it might seem that they're all buddy, but there are some things, some dividends that they want to make sure that they're pulling in and say, hey, I want to be the best. You know, so that's all I got.
All right, so you want to close it out, Noop, or you want me to do it?
Just get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out of here.
All right, I think Noop disappeared for a quick second.
Pork chop sandwiches.
What the?
All right, so
Dynamite.
Thank you guys for watching the second portion of our podcast. Please like, rate, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. For you live Twitch viewers, thank you guys for joining us and giving us your comments and live feedback. And on that note, we will go into the last topic, which Mr. Flexus will be maintaining and controlling.
That's not my name. That is
well,
not my
you
name.
talk about how, like, you have a physique and you're all over Facebook with your workout videos and shit like that.
What
so
the heck is,
your
what
Mr. Flexus will be apparent for this time now. So,
Facebook was not made for those purposes, Alex.
It's called Tinder, Alex. It's called Tinder.
Oh, what the heck?
So we will be right back in a 2-minute intermission, and
I like the juggernaut, bitch.
The last topic, you know.
Yeah, it's the juggernaut, bitch.
And now the recording is done.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to condense my.
Now I gotta find out which one of y'all gonna toast my salad.
Oh
What is
my
that
god.
from, man?
That you never saw the Power Rangers My Way Productions? Like they do these crazy voiceovers over X-Men, Power Rangers.
I've
they
seen
did
the
an
Jamaican
overdub.
ones. I've seen the Jamaican.
Yeah. That's when he was the crab. The guy who does the Juggernaut bitch voice.
Did you guys see the Spider-Man one?
No.
Oh.
Yo, you need to go watch something called Fellowship of the Lube. That shit is hilarious.
What the hell? Really?
I'm
You
back.
need to go find that.
Hey, did you guys see the new news that they're rebooting the Power Rangers franchise?
Yeah, they got the Pink
Yeah.
Ranger casted already.
Yeah, and
You
you
said
know,
the pink ring.
What unbelievable.
Well, it's still going on in Japan. The Tensai series is still going on, so they're just going to take footage from that. You
no,
know?
they're gonna put it in a new movie.
I would like a good Power Rangers game.
Yeah, well, they do
That's
it like
never gonna
Transformers.
happen.
If they do it like Transformers, that'd be dope.
Alright, so I'm going to type it into the Skype call now. If you guys want to check that out sometime in the future, go ahead. That shit is 15 minutes long. Shit is funny.
Also, the Legends panel is funny. If you
Yeah.
like stuff like that, and it got to be real. That's funny as hell.
They got let's see, they got 2 Spider-Man ones, they got 3 X-Men ones, 2 Ghostbuster ones, I think like three Power Ranger ones. They got the Dennis Frogman, the Crab, and one other one. I can't remember what it was.
Who is typing that hard, yo?
That's
Mechanical
Playboy.
keyboard, yo.
That's Playboy.
Playboy got that mechanics keyboard, yo.
Yo, he's Balrog typing on the
You got
computer.
that PS2 keyboard.
I got
Wait,
that.
Nelson,
I got that.
Huh?
Is it true?
Chroma
Is
keyboard.
what?
Hey.
Is it true that the keyboard doesn't work with the new dashboard? Black Dragon said that in the chat.
It works. I was using it not long ago. It's probably I'll say this much as I've been keeping up to tabs with the actual firmware. It's a little bit spiky when it comes to certain things like accessories and certain games won't boot up. I just recently had an issue where Destiny was on. I would be playing the game, right? And as soon as I open up a party chat closes, the game crashes, and I have to reboot my Xbox.
Yeah, that they gotta fix that.
It's a lot of bugs, but again, I'm a part of the beta, so I can actually help make this more easier in a sense. Well, not just
Why
me,
did
but
Seth
other
Rollins
users.
get chokeslammed through a table?
But also, if for people who's having troubles with the update, you do have an option to roll back into the previous update, so you won't have any hiccups or anything like that until they're ready to roll it out sometime in late November. So it's not like you're stuck with the new update permanently. So you can roll back. It will just take 72 hours. That's all.
Sweet,
It's
sweet.
not that bad. And all right, we're gonna
Sweet
queue up
feet.
your
What?
topic, and let's see if we could try to end this on an early night.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna try to remove so
How
much.
about you try to shut the hell up?
3.
I can't do my job.
3, 2, 1.
What up, New Game in Order? We back like Juggernaut bitches. And this is our final segment of the night. I don't know if we're doing PSAs. We're probably just gonna call it a night. But
We'll leave PSAs for later because these guys are going to Comic-Con, so that will be a bunch of PSAs happening. So we'll
Okay.
leave that for later.
now, my original intent was to cover a very heated debate that Nelson and I had offline, but I'm gonna try and get the essence of it here. But the holiday season is rapidly approaching, and now Sony has announced that they are doing their price cut, which they said they weren't going to do. They were firmly established as the lead console worldwide in sales. The ratio is still 7-1 sales versus its prime competitor. Nintendo's not trying to be that competitor. They're just there. They're like Will Smith. I'm just happy to be here. So with
Dude,
that,
Will Smith is
What?
rolling in the money, son. He's not happy to be there. He's taking the fuck over, son.
okay, well, I stand corrected. But this is a mix of a lot of articles. I'm gonna once I put this on the YouTube, I will make sure I get everything where I cited it from. So with that, Sony is now trying to go for the jugular, and they did this. They did their price cut right before Halo 5 Guardians dropped, right? So that's like one kick to the left testicle, and then
What?
Damn.
and then with that, you know, it's also mixing in where, you know, Yoshida was saying that, okay, Sony, their first party exclusives kind of is dormant. You know, it's not really, you know, there because they have such strong third party support. And with that, it's just something to the effect where, you know, I'm trying to understand just the mindset of the consumer. Where, you know, what is the draw? We know Microsoft stumbled out of the gates with the DRM and everything. Phil Spencer did pulled a miracle with turning the ship around and going in the right direction. Smartest thing, that Matt Trick got fired. That fucking guy almost ruined the brand, so to speak. But with that being said, it's just it's interesting for me to see where Microsoft now, okay, if you look at their first party lineup, their first party exclusives, they have more of them going into the holiday season, right? At the time, they had a console that was $50 cheaper than the PlayStation 4. And now that they don't have that advantage, and it's, to me, I'm trying to word it in such a way where I'm not taking a stab at Sony folks, but it's almost like it's a Sony on the brain mindset where, you know, you got these people like, hey, there's a good product on the other side of the house, but it's like completely out. They're now reminded. They're just like, Sony, that's it. And with that, it's just, what is the draw? What's the mindset of the Sony consumer where it's like, okay, hey, I don't even want to hear about Nintendo. I don't want to hear about Microsoft. They got all the third-party support. Yoshida's admitting that they don't have first-party exclusives. How do they get away with that? How is it that... I don't know. Maybe Sony, like right now, is what Nintendo was back in the day. Nintendo, okay, I'm going to buy it. Now, I had made a, when Nelson and I were going back and forth on this, I was at Toys R Us looking for something for my cosplay, if I cosplay at Comic-Con this year, and there was a 6-year-old kid, and I'm not going to say his name is Billy, that'll be messed up, but a little kid.
What?
You know the prevailing
wanna be a Toys R Us kid.
But there was a kid asking his mom for a PlayStation 4, and she asked him, why do you want it? I don't know, because it's a PlayStation 4. Knew nothing about the system. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm like, you know what? That sheep mindset is making me wonder, is it just the name Sony? Is like, okay, hey, it's automatically, hey, I gotta buy it? Or what is it? What is that magic that they captured, or the lightning in the bottle that they captured, where they're getting the third-party support? The sales are just out there. You know what I mean? And if you really compare the two systems, it's like they both have their strengths and weaknesses. But Sony PS4 is basic to me still, you know. But I just want to know what you guys think. Like, what is it that Sony has? That
now you know the Bayhive is coming for you for that, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hey,
Hold on.
It is what it is.
Let me go first on this so that I don't have to go last.
Putting my quarter up on the counter for next.
Tag, yo.
Yeah,
right.
it's just a thought, you know. I mean,
now let me see. I doubt I can word for word remember exactly what me and Alex spoke about and exactly
it was
how
heated.
It was a very intense debate. But I'll say this: Sony is smart enough to sit there and act like how in the past when the Microsoft launched the 360 was the console. Why? Because it had exclusive content that only the console will ever be able to obtain. It brought out most of the genres that people would like to play within the West and some part of the East, which did, here and there like the 360. But getting into it, Sony has bought the majority of the fighters, the majority of the shooters, majority of the sports games now, and they're making them exclusive only for Sony, promoting it out there. And, alright, I'll use this as an example. I'm watching wrestling right now, and what did they show as an advertisement for a game? WWE 2K16 for what? The PlayStation 4. Sony put in the money. Here you go, guys. Please sponsor this onto the show and make sure that Sony gets his name out. That's what they're doing with all these other, media out there. Newspapers, trailers, Facebook ads. Everything is a lot more of Sony than it is to Microsoft, because Microsoft doesn't have as, I guess, much money or resources to do the exact same.
They do. You know they do.
But the reason why I say this is because they bought most of the stuff that no one can even compete with anymore. Like, right now, Xbox is scratching their claws to get a good fighter on their console that is unique and to them only. The only thing that they got to them on their belt is Killer Instinct. Everything else is a third-party fighter, like Mortal Kombat X, for example.
Guilty Gear.
And not Guilty Gear, but Blaze.
No,
Blue.
like the exclusive stuff, like
right for
Guilty Gear,
Sony.
Street Fighter 5.
Right. That's for the Sony house. But I'm saying for the Xbox One, they only got Blaze Blue, which is third party, Killer Instinct, which is first party in house, and they got Dead or Alive and MKX. That's all as far as I know, and probably Dive Kick. As far as I know, Sony has not only Blaze Blue, not only Guilty Gear, not only Street Fighter 5. Not only some of the Japanese games that only will stay in Japan, they have like literally 90% of the fighting game like genre locked. It's gone.
Now with Nelson, with that, is that because that the companies see that, okay, we have an install base that's bigger on the PlayStation 4, right? And it's potentially more money there, but let's say for every, like, hey, we have 10 copies of a game, we're not making any for Xbox, but 10 copies of a game, right? And on the PS4, only 2 of them sell, right? Why not make it for the other console? You lost money producing it over here. You know, you get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, but like, as I also mentioned to you before, as a gamer, I have every console as far as I can tell, except probably for the Wii U due to certain reasons. But
yeah,
I have every console because I don't want to miss out if they come up with a particular game for whatever console. And I won't just say, oh, I'm going to get it for every one. No, I'm going to choose the best console that it performs under. If
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
PC, I will get it for the PC. If it performs better on the PS4, I'll get it for the PS4. But the way how the consumers work in this new generation now, it's word to fucking mouth. If someone says on Facebook, and it's very noticeable in number increments, that PlayStation is doing well, that's what people will talk about.
Just like the little Billy from Toys R Us.
Just like little Billy from Toys R Us, even though you said you wasn't going to mention Billy, but okay.
I didn't know his name. He looked like a Billy.
But you see the numbers and it makes people want to go. And you did mention this in the offline conversation, Alex. People just follow what's on the cover, on the stats. 1080p? Oh, Xbox does what? 900 or 720p native? Oh, fuck that. I'm gonna get Sony shit. Oh, it has
and then chances are they probably can't even see the difference.
The difference because of the TV. Correct. Yeah. That's for the hardcore consumers. But for the casual dude, they're gonna look at the price. That's what Noop brought up one time. Xbox One when it first came out, nearly $600 fucking dollars. PlayStation 4 when it came out, $400. Which one am I gonna buy? The $200 cheaper console? Sure. Give me that. That's what people see now in this era.
And why I see a PS4 commercial on right now.
See, there you go. There you go. And then on top of that, I can even put this in a sense of what Dave would say. You have a company like Sony that does not only just gaming, but they are watching right now a movie commercial. They're making ads upon ads as time goes on, bro.
Yeah, because they own, like, movie studios, so to speak.
Yeah.
Where, like, they can throw their product.
Right, so right now, as what we can say, for now, Sony has a lot of advertisement going on. But Microsoft is not that far behind with advertisement for its Windows 10, for its Xbox gaming commercials, and also for
plus the NFL, they're tied in with them,
right, with the NFL.
And the games. Yeah.
And if you guys been keeping up with tech recently, they're making a brand new laptop that's gonna blow the Apple MacBook out of the water.
Who's making this?
Microsoft.
Isn't that like based off of the Surface?
It's basically the Surface 2.0, but like way better.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Surface Pro 4 that they just released the Surface Pro 4. That's what you're talking about?
I think
they're making a laptop too. They're releasing a Surface Pro 4 that's a tablet thing, but they're making an actual laptop too, an actual Windows laptop too.
Yeah, so you basically could detach it or reattach it from like the weird looking joint spinal that they was talking about. But
yeah, it's like a 14-inch or something.
Right, but the specs under the hood of this laptop outbeats most souped up gaming rigs out there right now, and that's impressive for a small device. It will run you about $1,600 to be exact, but it has a lot of stuff for just like, let's say if Alex wanted to stream on the go and he bought that laptop, he would be set for the next 5 years.
That's what's up. Okay,
but that will be ending of my point, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so basically it's like, what's Sony's magic, or what is their draw for? What's pulling them all this success? But there was just so many different avenues that I covered, and Nelson hit on a few. But Devizzle, did you want to go next, or Playboy?
I'll do it, but I'll put the quarter in the machine and go.
All right, press start.
But here it is. The statement that you said about Yoshida and the first-party exclusives not being there is kind of factually incorrect. It may not be where he wants them to be, but let's be real. Sony PlayStation 4 has just as many AAA exclusive first-party titles as the Xbox One.
What are they? Outside of the Order and Uncharted?
I'm gonna run them down right now.
Okay.
You got Nat, and I'm judging first-party exclusives, AAA title by the amount of money spent on them and the amount of advertising put behind it. Fair enough?
Wait, okay, now what I should have done was pull a chart as to what's the criteria that makes a game a AAA. It could be a AA title. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the list that I came up with just off the top of my head because we were discussing this a little bit before the show got started.
Okay.
Here are a list of Sony's AAA first-party exclusives, including remakes that have been released up until today.
I don't think remakes should count.
They do, man, because if you can count Gears of War Ultimate Edition, remakes should count.
I don't count that. I don't. It's a remake. It's a dated title. Like I don't give that credit to Microsoft at all.
All right, here's what I have for Sony PlayStation 4. You've got Knack, Killzone, Infamous, Drive Club, The Order, MLB The Show, Little Big Planet 3, Bloodborne, Until Dawn, God of War, Last of Us.
You're talking current gen?
Yes, this is PlayStation 4.
Okay.
The Last of Us. What else is there? And Nathan Drake. And what the hell is the name of that horror?
Uncharted.
Title? The horror title that just came out.
What, Last of Us?
No. Until Dawn. That's it. I said Until Dawn. So that's 13 exclusive first-party AAA titles. And then we'll run down the Xbox One AAA titles that have been released up until right now. Rise Son of Rome, Dead Rising 3, Killer Instinct, Forza 5, Forza Horizon 2, Forza 6, Sunset Overdrive, Titanfall, Connect Rivals, Gears of War, State of Decay, Halo Master Chief Collection, and Rare Replay. That is 14 exclusives to 13 exclusives. So the gap is not as huge as you think it is.
Yeah, you know what? On both sides, I wouldn't count the remakes, but I guess that's a matter of opinion, so to speak.
It's not like, Sony has no first-party exclusives. That's just not a factually correct argument. Sony has exclusives. They have just as many as Microsoft does. It's a matter of preference at this point. It's what do you prefer? What kind of games do you prefer? Because on the Microsoft side, you have mainly action and driving games. And on the Sony side, you have a pretty much wide variety. You have puzzle, you have action, you have sports, and you have cinematic type games. So it's a matter of preference at this point. It's not a matter of quantity because they're neck and neck.
But here's the thing. But Yoshida was admitting it. That's why I'm like,
he was admitting that they don't have as many as he wants. Mm-hmm. But to say that they have none is just
you know what? Maybe I should have rephrased it. But from the Sony exec himself, he says he's just not content with where they are with that.
Yeah, I can see why he would say that because they only have about 13 AAA first party exclusives, whereas Microsoft right now has 14. So yes, I can understand.
And did you count like Halo 5 and what's coming out?
No, I'm just what's out right now.
Right now, okay.
As of this podcast, as of October 8th, 2015, what's out right now.
Okay.
And
you know what? I think in that video that Review Tech was referring to, I think that they also gauged what was forecasted for the holidays.
Well, I didn't do that. I just took up what was.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
And it's like, okay, what the allure is we did touch on this last week. It's like, okay, people see Sony and Sony's out there. Just as you said, Microsoft is still trying to right the ship. They're still trying to control get rid of that foul taste everybody had from 2 years ago at E3. Because let's be real, Don Matrix essentially almost assassinated the Xbox brand. He almost put it in a grave.
They need to beat
whereas Sony came out of the gates flying because they're not ahead based off of anything that they've done right. They are ahead based on everything that Microsoft did wrong.
Yeah.
Because if Microsoft controlled the message and didn't have so many miscues right from the gate, it would be virtually a neck and neck battle. I still think Sony would be slightly ahead, but
not as much.
Yeah, right. And let's be real here. Like, Microsoft is pouring a lot of advertising dollars into this holiday, so it's not like they don't have the resources. Because I've seen plenty of Microsoft commercials and I've seen plenty of Sony commercials. It's just that when something is ahead, it's what you see more of. It's like, especially in advertisements, especially when something's multi-platform. When you see a Destiny commercial, when you see a Destiny ad in a magazine, you usually see the PlayStation 4 box first, then you see the Xbox One box. When you see a commercial, you usually see the game being shown in PlayStation 4 footage, even though it's advertised for all systems, and you see the PlayStation 4 box put out more prominently than everything else, even though it's available for other platforms. It's that kind of subliminal messaging. Is
it a lack of effort on Microsoft's part?
It's not lack of effort. It's just Sony came out of the gates with a clean start. They didn't have anything to hinder them. So
you know what? You made an analogy for those of who were watching my ride impression and review. If you saw the drag race portion of it, where I was sitting there with the bike, and it's like Need for Speed Underground when you're doing like the drag. If you miss your shift or you mess up in the beginning, that's it. And that's kind of like a foretelling where if Microsoft doesn't narrow something this holiday season, they're done. That's it.
I don't say they're done. It's just
they're just not going to catch up. That's it.
I don't think they're going to catch Sony no matter what they do. Like, they'll still be in second place because of Microsoft doesn't have any kind of presence in Japan, because no American console or non-Japanese made console will ever have a presence in Japan.
Thank you very much for validating what I was saying on a prior podcast, where nothing Microsoft will do will bring them any success in that region. It's Japan. You know, they're inter.
But also to interject real quickly, someone in the chat, So Blessed, just mentioned something that it's actually kind of true also. It's the pure fact that Japan is really holding Microsoft back in order for them to actually flourish in the way that how they want to, in the sense of like actual sales, because Microsoft was able to go to every other like country and be
Australia,
successful.
Europe.
I can tell you. Thank you for watching, whoever you are, but I have to disagree with you that Japan is holding Microsoft back, because the reason why no non-Japanese console will ever succeed in Japan is because Japan's economy is based off of the technology that they produce. And if a non-Japanese product is allowed to gain a foothold, that hurts their economy.
But then again, but let's say, okay, Microsoft had a better presence in Japan, and Japanese developers, Capcom, were supporting that console. If they're purchasing that piece of software on that other platform, they're still making something. You know what I mean? So it's like I get what you're saying, but I don't fully agree. I would say,
Alex, having been to Japan for my 2 weeks in the summer for the reserves, I've seen the culture over there, and it's not a bias so much as it is survival. It's like if American products and European products were the top gross selling things over there in terms of technology, that would leave the Japanese economy in a very deep hole, because that is their main export. That is what they produce. Like, chips come from Japan, computer components come from Japan and China. Like, things of that nature,
and yet
come from that part of the world.
And the funny thing with that, gaming consumers over here not understanding what you just explained, how they're Sony, and boosting their economy, where you have something over here, the Dow and all, you get what I'm trying to say. It's
I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't matter how great Microsoft's presence is in Japan. Like, Microsoft could have a Microsoft store on every corner in Akihabara, and that is like the technology, video game, anime sector where
Electric City.
Yeah, Electric City. They could have a Microsoft
Looks
store
beautiful
on every
on
corner.
Google.
I've been there. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
They could have
check my Facebook.
They could have a Microsoft store on every corner, and nothing would sell there because it would hurt their economy if that became the preferred method of technology, non-Japanese products.
But here's the thing with that too. It comes to a point where the studios in Japan, ordinarily, or just developers in general, let me not single out Japan, but developers in general will develop for a platform that has numbers. Bottom line.
No, but here's the thing. Microsoft has the support of the Japanese developers. The other thing is that gaming in Japan is drastically different from where it is in the rest of the world.
Oh, yeah, and Playboy had mentioned that on a past podcast. It's like their culture is different. They're different. They're not like us.
Yeah, but also to mention that So Bless also mentioned into the chat, no matter how you cut it, missing out on Japan's market is a part of the actual gap that Microsoft actually needs.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of that, he said the PSP was competing with the 360s at that time. Of all things, the PlayStation Portable was competing in numbers against a fucking console. That's
because
insane, dude.
Because
that's how you
how
know.
does that happen?
That's how you know.
No,
it's the influence, as what Dave was mentioning. It's Japan has their weird market of what they want. Like, they're into mobile, they're into RPGs, they're into
games like that. Catherine, that was a weird ass game.
They're into puzzle
Catherine
games.
was good as hell, though.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the way how I'm gonna put it, it's a quick fix and an on-the-go thing while they're casually going to school or going to work or going to a whorehouse. Let's just be real. So they're getting their little fix.
That just went over.
No, because it's like that in Japan.
But
and
also
they get
look
their
at
quick fix. And
But I do want to give others a chance to speak on it.
One last thing. But you also have to look at the way, like, who is playing video games in Japan. Like, the people who are gamers in Japan are our age, but the way people work in Japan are totally different from us. Like, the way we work in the United States and most parts of the world, it's a 6 to 8 hour work day. We come home, we play video games to relax. We have time to sit down to a console game and devote at least like 2 to 3 hours on average to a console game. Yes. In Japan, it's not like that. The average work day for the average salaryman is 10 hours.
Damn, that's slave labor. What?
Wait, and there's more. And then after work, it is expected of them that they go out and socialize with their coworkers, or else they're not being looked at as a good coworker. So that's another 2 to 3 hours off of the top of your day. So right off the top, you're out of your house for 13 hours a day. Then you got to sleep for 5 to 7 hours a day. So there is literally no time to play console games for our generation in Japan.
But why are they picking up the PS4 in droves like that, though?
Because Sony's struggling. Like, it may be leading in Japan, but they're not doing the big numbers that they are in Japan like they're doing in the rest of the world. Like, all consoles are struggling, just Sony is struggling the least.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, portable consoles are the preferred medium in Japan because...
What about my Vita? What's going on?
Like, Vita
Get me, bro.
Vita is, like, successful in Japan. It's not a legacy console in Japan because, like we said last week, like children here are the ones usually sitting around for long periods of time in other places that are where they're away from their consoles. That's adults in Japan. So that's where those AAA games on the Vita have to come into play. That's where they're most popular at in Japan. That's why you see the cross-platform between the Vita and the PlayStation 4 games.
That's why they did it. Get it. All right. So, Noop, what are your thoughts on Sony's magic and
Playboy is supposed to go next.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Mr.
I have nothing.
Dang, he wanted to go too.
He was
did.
He was like,
Nah, yo, people got passionate about the topic. I'll go really quick. Like I said, you know, you have to look at who the consumers are, and we're in a trendy society. Whatever trends, whatever is popular, that's what people are going to do. Look at Michael Jordan sneakers. You know what I'm saying? They might not be the best made, they might not even be the best looking, but you have an iconic name, Michael Jordan, and you attach it to a product, and people clamor for it.
And you know what? The funny thing.
Let me finish. Shut up.
Okay, go ahead.
He can re-release the same sneakers. He can go 1 through 20 and start over for the next 20 years, and people are probably still gonna buy it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like y'all said. Microsoft got off to a slow start. And the thing is, Sony is not a bad company. They don't make bad products. Like, I was a Sony head. I had a PS1, I had a PS2. The PS3 just didn't have games that appealed to me. And also, to touch on when we say exclusive titles, DeMizzle, when you were, like, naming a list, we're talking about the ones that were the reasons why we bought the consoles. Like, where is the next God of War? Where is the next
There you go.
Final Fantasy? Or where's the next Onimusha? Like, that's what we mean. Like, remakes, okay. You know what I mean? But it's
yeah,
like,
but
where is that game that says, you know what, you need to play here? And
yeah,
for,
but
for
your
me, and it's
Tony
still
Hawk?
preference though, and it's still preference, like you said, it's still preference because Sony has games that appeal to people. Obviously, people are buying it, playing it, keeping it, not trading it in, so they're doing the right thing over there. And Microsoft is doing the same thing. It's just they got such a head start, and it's so popular. Like, you know, in my profession and dealing with the people that I deal with, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, the last couple years was, Xbox. Now this year, all I hear is PlayStation. And I laugh so hard. I'm like, wow, this thing is really powerful. And it's like, the momentum is what they need to keep and is what they need to do to stay relevant. Because there's no true, I don't think there's any true brand loyalty. Like, we look at the thousands of people on Facebook. You know, we're talking about thousands, but that doesn't speak for the millions. Like, I think we're going to see a huge, maybe not a huge, but we'll see a big shift once the holidays come and all these other titles that Xbox has lined up come out. We're going to start hearing a lot of trash talk and stuff like that. And, you know, next year is another year to continue the quote-unquote console war. But they just need to put out more appealing products. Like, again, I don't have a PS4 yet, but I do have a PS4 game. I have Killzone on PS4 sitting in front of me. It was $10. And I liked that franchise. That was one of the reasons I loved my PS2. I loved Killzone. So I bought the game. But when I look at Sony's games, I feel where Alex is coming from. I'm like, what is so special? It just doesn't appeal to me personally. It may appeal to you guys, but when I look at, you know, what I can get on Xbox versus what I can get on PlayStation, Xbox by far is just better to me personally. And I don't get it either, because it's like, okay, you guys, what are you guys playing other than third party on Sony that makes you say I should have this Sony console? And I think a lot of people just got caught in the not looking at it, kind of like little Billy, you know, hey, dang, you know. And a lot of my Xbox friends said, yo, man, you know, majority of my friends list friends said they're getting the PS4, so I got to get one. I want to play with my friends. And that's what it really is. It's not even about the software anymore.
Yeah,
it's like it's
the
like
name.
This is where everyone's going, so I'm going too.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? Shout out to Tough Nerd Toys. I see him. He used to be on Xbox a lot, and now he switched, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's
You know
quite
what I mean?
all right. Spend your money where you feel like your money will be spent best, so that you can enjoy your experience. And if you really went in like Nelson and these other guys on here who have both consoles, then even more bigger kudos to you. I hope to join y'all soon. And have both consoles, and I want Sony to push those. You know, I want to see the next, you know, God of War. I want to see
the games that drew you in initially. So
right, I don't see that right now, which is why I'm not drawn in. Like, I even went back, like I said, and bought a PS3 because the PS3 had titles that I wanted, and I'm going through the Uncharted series right now. You know, and games like what's her face, the girl, Horizon. Like I got excited. Like I was like, that will make me buy a PS4.
And I plan on picking up Horizon also. But earlier in your tirade, let me stop. But you mentioned Jordans, and you have people who probably weren't even alive to see that man play, like a lot of us.
Yeah, probably never seen him play ever.
And I'm pointing out NYC Playboy. I'm sure.
What are you talking about, Alex? You were an old man before he was even born.
Yo.
Can I finish?
Here's the thing.
No.
Can I live?
No.
Here's the thing.
But check it before I get overwhelmed. The thing with Jordans, people aren't buying them because of what Michael Jordan was to NBA. It's just, they're Jordans. Why are you buying them? Oh, because
exactly.
Is it even a basketball shoe still? Is it just a designer thing? Like I had 2 pairs of Jordans, and that was it. Never will go back, because in my mind I said to myself, they're just caught in the sheep mentality, and Jordan knows how, or his people know how to market that product, and it makes people think that they have to have it. They can't live without it. And I think that's how Sony has captured. It's like, hey, we are your console. You have to buy our console because we're touting 1080p, which it does, but you have to sacrifice to do that on a consistent basis. As giving shout out to Review Tech Rich has stated, you can go to his video showing how, hey, that's why Uncharted kept getting delayed. Oh, we want to have 1080p. Okay, well, we're going to have to do it at 30 frames. Sony's like, no, you do it 1080p, 60 frames, da-da-da. Hey, Naughty Dog's like, all right, hey, we're going to have to find some way to make it work.
You know what's real funny, though, to talk about the Jordan sneakers? They're not meant to be worn anymore, which is the sad thing. It's meant to, this is my opinion, especially coming from the ghetto. You're buying $260 pair of Jordans, waiting online. Mind you, this is not a game. This is not something you can overuse unless if you have that mindset too. The person will buy it just so they can get the sneaker, keep it in the box forever, and never wear it. Probably throw up a couple of Instagram pictures and Twitter pictures. Haha, motherfuckers, I got the new Jordan 17 or Air 1s or whatever the fuck they call them shits now.
They're not practical anymore.
And they're never gonna be worn. Like, if I buy a sneaker, I'm wearing that son bitch. I'm not gonna just have a fucking box just taking up storage space so I can fucking look at it like, oh, you're so pretty, I spent so much money on you, oh yes, and close it.
And how much are they?
That voice, Nelson, oh my god.
$200 and $300, man.
Unbelievable. When me and Demizzle were in high school, remember how people were breaking their necks trying to get them damn things?
Yes, absolutely. They were shooting and killing each other over that shit.
And you know what's real fucked up? I don't know if you guys remember the basketball player Stephon Marbury, and this is the funny thing. My mom told me about the sneaker. I had to go all the way to Queens to get it though, but that's another story for another time. And they only cost $10 for no matter what size it was $10 period, compared to having a fucking big icon. Yes, that is a thing, but you're making it so that we do not wear your product no more. It's just, oh, yo, I got a new couch, and it's just like there just to sit on, nothing else to do. Or if I buy a painting, it's just sitting on the wall. That's what the sneaker is now. It's just gonna sit on your shelf or your fucking closet.
Yeah, a lot of people trophy. They treat them like trophies.
So
like,
you know what it is?
Sneaker collection.
Nelson.
It's effective marketing. Sony has achieved this. Jordan has achieved this, and many other products have achieved this. And it's just, man, they get into the minds of the folks like, hey, I have to get this. But Demizzle wanted to say something.
And here's the thing, like to piggyback on your Stephon Marbury thing, he popped off at Jordan, and people who buy Jordans today on Facebook and Twitter is like, y'all don't know this, but my sneaker and Jordans are made in the same Chinese factory costing $5 to make. The only difference is mine costs $10 to $15 to buy. His costs $250 to $300. And like, he got people in the hood.
I think he was hating.
He's not hating.
He was trying to help out.
Wait, go ahead.
I'm saying,
like, you got sneakers made from the same material by the same Chinese hands and the same factory.
The same what? They're made by the same what? He said the same Chinese hands.
Dude, it's the truth, man.
No,
He said it's made by the same Chinese hands.
shut the hell up. Oh my gosh. I swear.
You know what the difference is? This is the difference, though. This is the
Same
difference.
people, same material, same factory.
No. But don't try not to mention any stereotype things because that can lead into a very fucked up situation.
Yo,
He dead ass came on air.
We got mute Noob, man. This guy, once he gets started, oh my goodness.
Sorry, New Gaming
I'm done.
Order. We're not trying to make fun of anybody or mention of any stereotypical
We're
things.
not.
It's
We're
just-
I'm not making fun of anybody, but it's just a stone cold fact. They're made by the same people in the same place with the same materials.
Yeah.
Only difference is that Jordan has his people conning people out of $250 while Stephon Marbury is trying to hit people to game and save people some money, but people are too worried about image. People
Well, and this is the other thing you have to look at. People are gonna buy what they're interested in. You can't. Stephon Marbury's name can't hold a candle to the Jordan name. I mean it's branding. You know what I'm saying? It's branding. It doesn't mean that it's a better product.
That's happening.
It doesn't
with
mean
the
that it's a
consoles.
better product. But hey, my name's Michael Jordan. I did all these great things. You know, you can own a piece of the legacy. I mean, that's how people look at it, and it has resale value. Unfortunately, it's something that people.
And his mic.
Just got abruptly
But you know
cut
what?
out.
Chris has been caught under the waves. Chris, chime in. What are your thoughts in like with Sony's Magic? Like, what is it? What are
And
your
my
thoughts?
controller cut up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was giving Anya Needs a chance to speak because you know
Go ahead.
I want to start wrapping up.
Yeah, so a couple things.
Who's watching?
Of course, I'm competing with whoever's broadcasting now.
What the
Alex,
Yo, who's
It's
broadcasting?
not me.
I think that's new.
Nope. Is that broadcasting TV? Okay.
No, sorry. I was looking at exploding Coke and Angry Grandpa's face. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. What the heck? All right, Chris, go ahead.
Alright, to go to the points earlier, the Japanese market's very xenophobic, but they will buy stuff they like. As an example, the only American car to ever sell well in Japan is the Ford Astrovan, believe it or not. They like boxy cars. I mean, you can look at the Nissan Cube, Honda Element, Zion XB. All their trucks are big squares. They genetically engineered square watermelons, for fuck's sake. So, you know,
how did they? What?
this is old news, man. This is like 10 years ago. So that it's easier to store. They actually grow in fucking not cubes, but they're like wide rectangles.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, they will buy stuff they like, but they're very particular about what's in their market. So that's why a lot of these game companies don't get the local third-party support they need, and that's where they fail. But also, the Japanese gaming market is still taking a massive shit. Arcade is still alive and well there because it's a place to be social with others. Mobile market's where it's at over there. So that's why the mobile market's doing so well, and handhelds are so big. That's why handhelds are still surviving as good as they are.
Okay.
It is all about the image, just like I think it was Dave that said it. They make that shit in the same factory. Same with, you know, the Gucci handbags or Armani suit. Well, not Armani suits. They're actually made by Italian laborers. But
yeah.
most buying a label. You're buying a commercial space. Is what you're doing. You're paying for. That Jordan labels cost you $200 per pair of sneakers, when you can get other guys' shoes for $30. So you know. I was on the hype train. I had a couple pairs of Jordans, and you know, I destroyed them just as quickly as any other sneakers. So it wasn't worth it to me.
Chris, you wore Jordans? That's what's up. That's cool.
But I was like in 6th grade, you know, some fat little didn't know anything better white kid.
I mean, damn, really? You in 6th grade? What? Huh? Okay.
Nah, he's taking a dig at me and you, NYC Playboy.
That's all right. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, shut up.
No, Chris jumped you then.
Jumpy. All right. So this. Yeah, what's that again?
I don't got much else to say.
All right. With that, I know this ran a little longer than I wanted it to, but you know, leave your thoughts below. Make a video response, as Nelson has been really trying to drive home with the audience. But this podcast was an interesting experiment. 3 topics, but each topic had a lot of time so that we can, explore it a little more deep. So all these other subtopics that you saw on the Facebook might be done in solo videos or separate mini podcasts throughout the week. So hopefully I can get to them soon enough. But with that, I'm going to give Nelson the floor to kind of do our conclusion, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys. As what Alex has mentioned, thank every single one of you for watching this week's podcast. Hopefully we done our mission as of bringing you something new to the table. And we're going to try new formats every now and then. It may not be next week or the following week, but we definitely are trying to see what caters to you guys, the audience. And we might do something new next week. I won't really reveal what it will be, but it will definitely be interesting. Hopefully the panel would like to, maybe discuss a couple things off stream. Doesn't have to be tonight, but we'll come up with something together after Comic-Con and see if something new in the works can be done. But again, thank all of you guys for coming out on Twitch, for you the live viewers, for all the YouTube folks at your home or your laptop or your iPad or your cell phone, or you're just broken, you're at a friend's house watching. Thank you guys for also watching the pre-recording version of this, and please like, rate, and subscribe to the channel. We could definitely use the push and increase in subscribers to gain more of a potential partnership to give back to you guys, whether if it's giveaways, tournaments, probably t-shirts that we might be doing pretty soon with the new logo.
Yes, my sister is making the shirts. I need everybody's sizes, damn it.
Well, we'll talk about that. Yo,
what the heck? I was just playing.
Anywho, we'll definitely have more things in the works in the future. It's just like I said, we're still building up our name and our credibility to you guys. We was known as so many entities in the past: Fighting Game League, New Mugen Order, New Fighting Order. Like, it's so much. So
we're transforming, Nelson. Super Saiyan levels. Level 2 shit.
Okay, so that means that we're Super Saiyan 5 now?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, we're going to get off the podcast. We will be on next week, which will be what? The 15th of October. So hopefully you guys can join us again for the following week. Is anyone talking?
No, I'm looking at the chat now.
Okay, now since you just did that, you can go fuck yourself out the room.
What the hell did he say?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I'm about to jump off.
All right, Dave.
All right.
Not off a cliff, man. We need you, man.
Oh!
All right, but to conclude, we out like juggernaut bitches. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks to the panel. Thanks for our people in the chat. NewGamingOrder.com coming at you. Peace.
And that's for the local recording. And just to say this live on the air, Aztec_MOG, go fuck yourself. Don't ever discriminate in this channel ever again. And I will write a report to Twitch right after this broadcast is over. You is fucked up. You are done from Twitch now.
What the hell did he say? I keep seeing message deleted.
Well, because he stated something that he didn't need to go there.
Yeah,
if you know, with nationality.
He did.
Oh, he went there.
Yeah, he went to the N-word there. That was very uncalled for, and we do not support. And we like to joke. Don't get me wrong. I mean, definitely
in the context, if you're joking,
but he wasn't joking like that.
No,
that was not a joke.
I draw a line right there. I don't know.
What the hell? You know what, Nelson? Later, if you have a screenshot, I want to see what this.
Well, I definitely don't have a screenshot. I could just recite it off stream though. But
okay, yeah. All right, hit me up a little bit later.
Thank you guys, and we're gonna get off the live stream now. I don't know if anyone's taking.
I love you guys.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone's taking over.
Digital
Hub.
Hold on, I'm about to start watching wrestling on Hulu.
Again, I don't know if anyone's going to be streaming after this broadcast, but if not, we'll definitely have someone or something streaming for Friday. I don't know if it's Friday Night Fights or it might just be.
Well,
I'm actually.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to do Metal Gear Zeros. I got it working last week, so
you're gonna like
Congratulations.
it. You're gonna like it. It's a lot of fun. That's a very good game.
Yeah, it was after last week's podcast. I queued it up and it fucking worked. I was flabbergasted.
Well, did you update something on your card?
Well, I went to a video driver that didn't work last time, and I think I disabled the beta, and I guess they put a patch in or something because it's working now.
Okay, good. I can't wait to see it, man.
So
you're gonna like Ground Zero.
Ground Zeroes will be presented by Anya and Lise tomorrow on the main channel of New Gaming Order on Twitch. I don't know if we'll have Alex.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna be at the Jacob Javits Center, and it's gonna be massive. There's gonna be a lot of people taking trains and all that. I was thinking I was gonna take my bike so I can get back, so I can do Friday Night Fight. But yeah.
You're gonna get told, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, so if somebody could cover down for me for Friday Night
I can
Fight?
Definitely do that because my plans got ruined, so I will definitely hold you down for
Yeah, I had promised those guys like MKX.
I'll do it. I got it.
Then next week I'm gonna do Dead or Alive 5, and I want.
But the thing is, I'm gonna have to see what the viewers would want.
Okay, that's fine.
PS4 or the Xbox One version, because if for better netcode, it'll have to be the PS4. Sadly.
For MK, all right.
Yeah, sadly. But what I'll do is I'll talk to you offline, and I'll get your Twitch information, and we'll talk about that offline.
Mm-hmm. What the heck?
But thank you guys, and we're out like the Juggernaut as.
Yo, how to get away with murder? Yo, they're wilding.